Welcome to episode 125 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
Okay, so we spun the wheel for category B last episode. We got Bastard! ! It is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Kazushi Hagiwara. It began on Shonen Jump in 1988. And technically it's still being released. It's just on hiatus, but the hiatus has been 9 years going, so it's probably not going to get any more. That being said, Bastard is one of Shueisha's best-selling manga series of all time, with over 30 million copies sold as of 2008. So there's still 4 years of things being released, and then 9 years of people buying things.
Of course.
Which is ridiculous, because this is ungodly f***ing awful.
I don't even want to jump into the story yet. I want to know who are the animators who are on this show, because it's terrible.
Not just the animators, the writing, all of it. But yes, the animators.
Well, in particular,
all of it's so bad.
In either the fifth or sixth episode, they were not even animating mouths moving for dialogue. It was so lazy. It was like everyone was thinking at each other. It was bad.
You probably didn't have enough money or whatever. You knew they could get away with it.
But there were main characters not talking, but some characters were talking. So it was weird. They chose certain characters not to use the mouths to match up. I don't know.
So this whole 6-episode OVA is essentially two things. It's one part complete shit. And what do I mean by that? I mean writing. I mean art. I mean animation. I mean dialogue. I mean voice acting. Any conceivable thing you would want to grade something on, it's shit. Mm-hmm. And then equally, the second part is extremely sexist. And I'm not one, like I've called it out a couple times on here, I'm not one to typically call it out in my daily life, but Jesus Christ is it blaring in this.
Yes, well, this one's really, really bad.
And it's like comically evil sexist, like, ha ha ha, no one can see you naked, only me.
From the hero of the story.
Yeah, I guess anti-hero? Doesn't really want to do it.
Not really, because he's a good guy and saves everybody. Everything he does.
He's Dark Schneider, and he's evil, and everyone, like, he's sealed away because he's so powerful and evil, but all he ever does is good things.
Yeah, and even when he's doing bad things, he's doing it for good reasons.
So
to switch it around. Yeah, it's
like,
so bad.
you can do something like that, I guess. Like, there are plenty of anti-heroes out there, but, like, it's so stupidly done. It's terrible.
And he's so overpowered, it's like, what's the point?
And they tried to depower him in the second episode. So, in the first episode, well, I guess we'll go premise and then we'll get into that. Premise, it's some sort of medieval type era, but it's post-apocalyptic. Mm-hmm. So, because there's skyscrapers that are crumbling and leaning and...
Yeah, I mean, they do mention that the thing that the bad guys are trying to raise to destroy our present, their future, I guess. It's stupid, but whatever. It's still a fantasy world with magic and shit.
Essentially.
Because even if it was our world, where did the elves come from? Mm-hmm. And, all the monsters, fantastical monsters?
Maybe it's our world and then some sort of, like, demonic portal opened up or what. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Nah, I don't know.
They don't explain. So who the knows? But we were questioning it early in the first episode because the main female... antagonist, I guess.
I don't know. She disappears.
Supporting character. Yeah, after like episode 3, she's gone.
So who knows?
But we were questioning what time period is this, because everyone's a medieval getup. They're on horses and swords and lances and stuff and magic, because it's dark fantasy, I guess. And then the main girl is in like a jacket and jeans.
Yeah.
And sneakers.
Yeah, it's like weird. It's like, why?
And then later on in the second episode, they went after the ninja, I think that's what it was. They were going after the ninja. But he was in the room in the city, and then you could see the skyscrapers and stuff.
Or is it the third episode? Oh, there's only 6 episodes of this.
I think it was the second episode, because I remember watching it with you. I'm talking about the skyscrapers.
Right, yeah, skyscrapers.
But anyway, premise. Post-apocalyptic, but it's medieval. Sort of not, though. Where are the guns? I don't know. No answer to that. And there's the 4 horsemen of something. I can't remember what they called themselves.
They're not 4 horsemen.
But they called themselves that.
Did they?
4 generals or 4 horsemen? I'm pretty sure it was 4 horsemen.
It was 4 generals.
But they're, generals with armies, and they're attacking this city nation.
Yeah.
And the only defense they have, because they're just being overpowered by this pseudo-wizard on a dragon, is to release Dark Schneider. sealed in this little boy.
Which
He's
doesn't...
probably like 6, and the only way they can unseal him out of him is by having a virgin 16-year-old girl kiss him. F***ing ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid. But the whole Dark Schneider doesn't make sense. Apparently he was killed by the ninja guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I took it as something with dark energy, like, you can't really kill him if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no, I got you, but how did he get sealed in the...
They don't explain. They legitimately don't explain it.
It's like, how did they happen to have the one boy that can unseal it, and have the one girl who has the kiss to unseal it?
And it must have happened recently, or semi-recently, because he knows people. He knows many people that are alive. Like, the ninja guy that killed him is still alive, and he's not an elf like the elf girl you'll see later on. She could be alive because she can live a long time.
Right.
The ninja guy's a human.
But to be fair, I think he was young at that time, so it could have been 20 years in the future.
Maybe, but still, like the way they were, at least the way I took it is that he was sealed away a long, long time ago, like hundreds of years.
I took that too, but it's at least 20 years or so, because the ninja guy was young and
he was thinner.
And he didn't have a ninja army or nothing like that. So, but anyway, this is like, you got all this weird like ninjas and stuff like that mixed in with like D&D mechanics.
Yeah,
like fire swords and
beholder.
A beholder. Yeah, there's all kinds of. It's a mixture of crap.
Yeah, and like the source, right? The basic dialogue, the basic story structure is terrible. So of course the animators have faults, because it looks like shit, and it's animated terribly. But, like, the very source of it is terrible. Who bought 30 million copies of this?
Well, this is an easy question. There's nudity in it.
There's a tiny bit of nudity in it, in, like, one scene in episode, like, 3 or 4. And then there's, like, just a lot of skin in other areas. Like, a lot of skin in other areas.
Yeah, but wasn't this originally released in, like, 90s?
88 is when the manga came out, and I have a sneaking suspicion, I should have read the time for when the anime came out, definitely 90s though, but 88 is when the manga came out, and I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a lot more nudity in the manga. No, like a lot more.
Because I think this was released in 92, and 92 you didn't have what we have today, so I'm assuming teenage boys bought this shit up.
But 30 million copies, like, come on, that's a bit much for something that's so bad.
Yeah, well, Japan and their repressed culture.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. There's not a whole lot of story. Essentially, the girl that Dark Snyder likes, the girl that kisses the little boy, and the little boy turns into Dark Snyder, he's obsessed with her for some reason. Because
he's technically part little boy who half that little boy's soul or whatever. Guess. But the little boy only comes in it like 2 or 3 times, and then he's gone for the rest of the show. That whole plot point was just dropped.
Yeah, it was really creepy when she was leaning in to kiss him. Because he's literally a 6-year-old and she has to kiss him on the lips. But again, so back to the premise. Essentially, he's in love with her once he transforms. And if she kisses him again, or if he passes out or whatever, he de-transforms back into the kid. But the story is, she gets caught up in hijinks for like 4 episodes, and then Dark Snyder saves her.
Yeah, but that happens one other time, and they have to get a different princess virgin to kiss him to turn him back too. It's just stupid.
But she has to memorize a certain spell.
Yeah, it's something stupid.
A certain spell to kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not even chanting her, you know what I mean? Like, saying an incantation or something. Like, none of that.
And so these 4 evil generals are trying to raise this ultimate destruction of doom monster or whatever, but they need to break 4 seals and 4 cities for some reason, and
they kind of don't talk about that again for a while.
Not until the last episode, yeah, no.
Because, I forgot about that, then in the last episode they raised the demon.
Yeah, and because they break all the seals pretty much in the last episode, except for the one that's inside the princess girl.
So the episodes between 1 and episode 4 or 5 is them, Dark Snyder just saving the girl.
Yeah, well,
instead of following the plot line of they're trying to break these seals, we have to go stop them. Oh, she got stolen, let me go save her. It's so stupid.
It's funny because, the first 2, and then even 4, 5, and 6 at least follow, a structure to it. But then we take 1 full episode out of the 6 episodes to just fight a vampire.
He's just dumb. I'm a vampire. I'm gonna drink some blood. I want virgin blood. And it's just, he's trying to be funny. For some reason, they're trying to make his character funny. And it doesn't land in any way. In no way is it funny.
No, it's bad. And it's pointless. I don't know why they devoted a whole episode of their 6 episodes to this vampire.
It should have been he stole the girl, not they went hunting for him. That's kind of what it was, right?
Well, they do steal the girls.
I can't remember.
The werewolves come in the forest to steal the girls.
Why is a vampire controlling werewolves?
I don't know, but that's not the point. The vampire should have been one of the generals, and he wasn't. He was just
that would have been better.
Yeah, he's just a superfluous enemy just to show, hey, vampires in this world. Do you like
the ninja guy was one of the generals?
Yeah, but he was also one of. I guess they say they were enemies, but apparently they were friends.
They were best friends. It was so stupid.
And then
there was no reason for them to be fighting. No reason.
And then another one of the generals is this elf girl, which is a creepy ass relationship because Dark Schneider raised her when she was like 6 as a daughter, up to be his slave. Essentially, his
sex slave. Let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they say, "Oh, I grew up and we became lovers." That's not what happened. She was groomed.
That's some. Who's that director that did that? He adopted like an Asian girl when she was really young, like that age, and then when she turned 17 or 18, he married her.
Oh, I don't know.
A big director. He's got like white hair and dark brim glasses. Can't remember his name. Oh, Woody Allen. Woody Allen.
Oh,
yeah. Woody Allen's a piece of shit. Groomed that girl.
Yeah, it's disgusting, really. This whole show is kind of disgusting in a lot of ways because Dark Schneider is like in love with this girl, but it's like in a possessive, creepy, dangerous kind of way.
Yeah. And what's really funny is like the second the elf was introduced, we just forget about the main girl he likes.
Yeah, no.
She's just doing a very small scenes in the background. Yep. She's unimportant. Because
this elf girl has known Dark Schneider longer. Stupid. It's his daughter / wife, I guess.
So stupid.
Yeah. And then it climaxes in the last episode, and
the giant demon golem thing, whatever it was, gets raised, and then Dark Schneider beats it.
Yeah, so 2 of the 4...
He dies first, and then he beats it.
Right. Then 2 of the 4 generals were actually friends of Dark Schneider's and turned to the good side. The main antagonist general guy was not even faced directly. He was killed by proxy through a golem. And then the 4th general, we don't hear anything about.
Yeah, he was the guy in the big armor, right? We never see him.
Well, no, we saw him. He was like the blonde kid.
Oh, yeah. So you see him at the end, and he's like plotting.
Yeah, this isn't over. We're going to continue this. Like, we're going to get more episodes.
So I could only assume that they made the OVA to kind of see if they could spark interest and then make a big anime out of it. And I assume no one liked it because it's god awful.
Well, that's probably the animation's fault because apparently the manga is popular.
Oh, it's so weird. I don't understand that at all. It's so bad.
This one is really bad. It's not Violence Jack bad, but
it's just you get tired of watching bad anime.
Yeah, I think we're to that point where we're kind of burnt out.
I'm really happy it was only 6 episodes, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine that was 25 episodes or something.
No, I would have been done.
Oh, I would have been sleeping through them. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's not good. I'd give it a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I feel like my rating's changing as we're watching it more. So, like, in the beginning, we gave things like a 2 or a 3. And now I'd probably give them a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm getting a little harder on the ones I don't like.
Yeah, like, I think going back to something like 801 TTS Airbats.
It wouldn't be whatever.
I think we gave it a 1.
It'd probably be a 2 or a 3 or a 4.
I think I remember us saying, this is the worst anime we've ever seen, and this is the...
It was like the only anime I've ever seen except for like 3.
Well, I mean, I've seen
but yeah, no, I get it.
I've seen nothing but good anime up to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
But, like, at that point, it's like, so this is the bar we're setting here, and man, did we go under that bar so far.
It went down. It went down.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well, we gotta compare it, right?
I know it.
What are they?
It is Blue Gender.
Blue Gender? I like Blue Gender.
Blade.
Blade's pretty good.
Bottle Fairy.
No.
And Black Bullet, which is not darker than black. It is the 10-year-old girl's...
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
That's I was about to say Black Bullet.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're thinking. You always get that one confused with darker than black.
I forgot them already. Blue Gender.
Yes. It's Blue Gender Blade.
Blue Gender Blade.
I'm leaning towards this, but Bottle Fairy was only 10-minute episodes.
Yeah. I'd rather watch this again.
Yeah, because that one was really bad, though. Then I would do Bottle Fairy, then Black Bullet, because I refuse to watch that disgusting anime again.
I'd probably flip it, just because it's newer in the art style. Like, I can watch it. But yeah, it was bad. Anyway, we're spinning for category C.
Yeah, because there's nothing to talk about this crappy anime.
Turn it up.
There's a lot of C's.
Yeah, there is. I nearly picked a couple things. Or picked one thing, I should say. Almost got a TJ choice out of that. Chika the Coffin Princess. We'll have to go to the list real quick, because there was one or two animes that had very similar names, and I wasn't sure if it was a sequel or not, so I just deleted one. Okay. This might be one. It might not be. It might be one of them. But I almost picked Clannad. I've never watched it, but it's one of those animes I've always heard the name of.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I almost picked it. I was like, nah, I really wanted to pick something else.
Yeah, no.
Chai,
Save it for something you know you want to watch.
So this is it. There isn't a second one. Whoa.
Oh no, I'm getting
lowly vibes off of the main girl.
I'm getting Gothic vibes.
Oh, tags. Action, adventure, comedy, fantasy, romance, shonen. How many episodes? 10.
Nope.
With an OVA.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
12 There's a second season. Alright, so 12 episodes. That's still not that bad. Toru Akira is a 20-year-old retired soldier. How are you 20 years old and retired? Meandering through life post-war. He encounters Chika Trabant, a 14-year-old sorceress carrying a coffin, and following her in hopes of finding some semblance of meaning in his life again. The two are accompanied by Toru's adopted sister, Akari, and sole employed member of the group, and thereby their source of sustenance. Why is she 14 and why is he 20? I mean, come on, guys.
I don't know. Why is there an obligatory sister romance?
You're killing me, guys. Alright, guys, next episode, Chika, the Coffin Princess.
Bye.